This is the Wine Tasting with Comedians podcast. I'm your host, Lyall Behrens. Normally I say we got a special guest, but today I got a special friend joining us. He has appeared on MTV. He's written for the Miss Pat Show on BET, and he's the winner of the 2023 San Francisco International Comedy Competition. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Anderson.
Hey, you got
how you feeling? Yeah.
How I feel right now?
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't realize. I understood. Like I was like, yeah, I'm about to go shoot a podcast. It kind of dawned on me last minute, and then I was like, oh fuck, I gotta go do this podcast. And then I realized that it's a drinking. You know, it's not drinking, but it's tasting.
It's tasting.
That can turn into drinking. Tasting turns. You know what I mean? So then I was like, oh shit, That's why he didn't. That's part of the reason why he didn't want to do it early. Because I was trying to do it. I was like, bro, can we do this as early as possible, like in the morning?
Yeah.
But then drinking at like 9 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's on a Tuesday.
It doesn't feel good.
Different. It's different because you still got to go through the course of the rest of the day.
Well, yeah, and for me, it's like when I start drinking early, even when I would go like wine tasting, it's like, okay, I gotta plan my day a certain kind of way because if you drink too early, like you get fucking depressed, and then you got to keep drinking to stop.
Well,
getting depressed.
It depends.
What depends?
I mean, you could drink and then you can get some pussy.
I mean, you can,
and that's not depressing.
There's not, but I mean, if that's available, that's not always available.
I mean, anytime I drink, usually, you know,
that's normally anytime you drink. Like,
anytime I've gone wine tasting, it's been with it's been in the process of courting a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't just go wine tasting solo, just because I know there's a potential to be depressed at the end of this. I start reflecting on things,
right?
Just like, you know, as I'm looking into the rolling hills and the vineyards and shit, and I'm just like reflecting on life, thinking about choices that I made.
It feels very spiritual being out in like wine country.
But always at some point I would think like, because I've done shows in wineries where you kind of like, you know, you get there early just so you can kind of have a little experience, but you ultimately end up sitting by yourself, just kind of like just looking out.
Yeah,
it's like, damn, I wish I just had like a bad one right next to me.
Yeah,
that would complete it. That would complete the meal. You know what I mean? The experience. But
now you just had me like get in my own fucking head. Like,
I mean, that's what I
do. I felt being there. Like I felt the rolling hills. I felt seeing the Psalms. You see the couples, and then you're just kind of there. Like, what have I done with my life? Where is it going? And
what
then I think for us,
what have I done with my life to where there's no one next to me?
Yeah.
There's no one to cheers with. You know what I mean? Wine is a very cheersy, like, you know, salud.
It's funny. I had like a birthday coming up, and this one chick that works at this wine bar. Real cool lady, but she was like, how come like you should just like go by yourself? And I'm just like, all right, look, all these like people that are like telling single people like just go by. We do that, all right? It gets tiring after a while.
Yeah,
like because I mean, for as much as like all the like just go out by yourself, like doing that can really just kind of drain you after a while.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. It depends on if you can insert yourself into like, you know, other conversations and interact with new people, that can be fun. But if you just completely like isolated and standoffish and unapproachable, then that's a different, that's a different.
Oh yeah, vibe, no, you don't want to do that because that's hard to get out of. But then, but I'm saying like even when you do insert yourself and you are like a fun like, hey, we met this guy and you're like that guy by himself. It's also this thing of like it requires a certain level of being on and also not fully being yourself.
Right.
So it's like it's like this super charismatic version that you aren't really. And that's like, which can be fun if you're in the mood for that, but you're not always in the mood for that.
That's interesting because I'm not like, I know a guy like that who was like, as long as I've known him, was always on. And I just like envied him. I'm like, damn, this dude just like, you know, he just has so much charisma and he's just like so engaging, incredibly smart. And then I realized most of those times he was on coke. And I don't do coke, so I didn't know like that effect that it has on people. It really just like opens you up. You become like, you know, a bigger personality, a bigger version of yourself. Because it did seem, I was like, damn, how is he always like this? This is crazy.
What settings were you hanging out with him in?
I mean, you know, he's the type of dude, he's super fluid too. He would like, he would dance into a restaurant. You know what I mean? And take his seat. Like he was just feeling it. It just full of life, which was kind of, it was it was very bright and it felt good. He felt good to be around, but like at a certain point, I was like, dude, you can't always be, So I wasn't around during his breakup, but I wish I was.
just to see it, like observe it.
Yeah. I want to see this
social anthropology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always interesting. Like we were saying before we started rolling, like I don't know what people are on.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like everybody's on something.
Everybody's on something.
Everybody's on something, man. So
let's circle that back later. Let's start off with, so what we do on the show is I pick out a wine that I feel represents the comedian's style, persona on stage, and also just what I know about them from hanging out with them. Because we're still enough episodes in where like everybody on the show has been is like my friend.
Yeah.
So for you, I got a skin contact wine. Okay. So skin contact is
Does that mean you drink it off of a bitch titties or something? Is that what it is?
That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be nice.
We're living in different times.
Yeah,
it's a different time.
That turns into plug talk.
An immersive experience with this wine.
So it's skin contact is so like your average white wine is just it's white grapes. Or not white, but yeah, white grapes with the skin off it. Mm-hmm. Whereas a skin contact is white grapes with the skin on it.
Oh,
to give it that color.
Okay, so it has a little more. It's a little more vibrant.
Yeah, it's more vibrant. You get you definitely get more like fruit on the mouthfeel.
Okay,
and this is half Pinot Grigio and half Riesling, and I like those for you because Riesling is like, very pop. It's like often like a German grape, and it's very sweet. Mm-hmm. If I were to introduce like the average black person to wine, I would start off with Riesling. Because, like we like our sweet shit. Okay. And it's also have Pinot Grigio. And Pinot Grigio, that kind of feels like, it's like an orange wine. Yeah, it's drier because you also are kind of dry. I
can be.
You can be.
So this is like a balanced wine.
It's balanced. It's very it's like it's like a gathering wine. It's like a picnic wine.
Okay.
It's kind of feminine. Like it's more on the side that like women will appreciate. It's something that can like keep it going. It's kind of fucking pretentious. You know? It's
feminine, pretentious. Yeah,
it can be a bit be a bit much, but it's really fucking enjoyable and you can get a lot out of it. And all those things just feel like you.
Okay. Pretentious. All right. Cool.
Yeah. And like, and I don't mean like you're feminine. Yeah. I mean, but like you're very feminine friendly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I wasn't trying to like throw a shot.
Feminine, like an ally to feminine friendly, as opposed to
just kind of like because to me you're a guy, but you're not like to me I'm a fucking guy.
Okay.
To me, and to you, it's like, I'm a guy. I'm a man's man. Like, so
balls in my hand. I'm a man.
I'm a man. You gotta scrap my back. Like, it's like in relationships, I can say some 1950s shit. I'm capable of that. Whereas with you, it's like I've seen a lot of different types of women around you.
Okay.
And for better and worse. Uh-huh. And I see I just see and then we get around women together. And then you do this very, because, you kind of like being seductive,
Okay. What do you mean, just like a normal conversation?
Yeah, so, I'm going to do my Gary Anderson impression now. Remember that time, it was after the show in El Segundo, the girls said they was going to meet us at the spot in K-Town. Mm-hmm. And then we were betting, if they're going to be there or not. You bet they would, and I bet they would. They were there, cut to, we're talking to them. And then,
I thought we both said they wouldn't.
We probably did.
We both thought it was like, it would be kind of wild that they would take a 25, 30-minute trek just to meet up with some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some dudes who didn't really show like overt interest that. So it'd be like, what's the point of this?
Yeah.
But I was like, it's kind of, but that
and
was
they're coming from Long Beach, so they're super opposite direction.
And it was just fun, just the drive there, just wondering what if they show up? Because we went in fully expecting they're not gonna come.
Yeah.
And then then they were there. That was like dope to me. Like, oh, they came. They actually came.
Yeah, they were fun. But then like I remember we were talking though, and then you were asking the one girl, you're like, so like what do you want? Like what are you searching for? And she's like, what, like right now? He's like, yeah, like what is it that you're searching for? Like what is it that you just really want? And then she said, medium conversation.
Yeah.
Said,
so good.
oh, so this is too much. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, and I really like that moment because I know what it's like when you get off being in your comedian artistic bubble and then you're just around some fucking like people that are like, I don't want to think that much, dude.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I've been that guy before. I noticed.
That was respectfully, like that was like it was enlightening. That moment was enlightening for me because I'm always on some just like, let's talk about something like real. You know what I mean?
Let's elevate it from medium talk.
Yeah, and I didn't understand, and I thought that's kind of what everyone wanted, like generally speaking, but they just didn't really have a lead into it. I just assume that's what people want. Like they actually want to bypass surface level talk and get to like actually like something that's real, something of substance. I've never heard someone be like, no, I want to keep this conversation surface.
I think like sometimes people do, and yeah.
But she also had a boyfriend, so
yeah, that was fucking whack.
that changes everything.
that was fucking whack. That like she came out like that and she had a boyfriend. Cheers. We'll start with the aromas. Let me know what you get on that. This is also the first wine I've had on the pod that I have not tried beforehand.
Okay,
so, and I felt like that's appropriate for you.
Okay, so so this is a first for both of us.
Yeah.
It's subtle.
You get melon, citrus, cantaloupe. I get like a continental breakfast fruit layout.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting like, you know those women who have like boyish bodies?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm getting that.
Say more. Say more.
I'm getting that. It's kind of flat. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I wish there was a little more.
Okay.
But it may be on the back end.
Let's
it may be on the back end. Somebody who might, it might, like if I were to kind of use a woman as a metaphor, because I'm feminine friendly. Somebody who like surprises you.
Okay.
Like someone who's like, on the surface, she's not showing everything. Then she removes her clothes and you're like, oh, this. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was coming. You know what I mean? I was expecting, and then just the subtlety of it.
It's funny. I was with this chick recently, and then she was like, she got naked. I said, damn, your titties bigger than they are on Instagram. We had a nice laugh.
Yeah. That's good. It's good to laugh unclothed.
It is. It feels very intimate, especially as somebody that doesn't get to be intimate very often with anybody.
As I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate sort of like the just the playfulness in intimate moments, in intimate settings. Because before, like, you say anything wrong, like it kind of takes me out, or it makes me think like, oh, you're not in the moment.
Yeah,
you're out of the moment now. Damn, we got.
I don't want to dry up the pussy.
Yeah, we got to reset. We gotta start over essentially.
Yeah,
but it's like there's moments of levity. Just like have it, Let
me know what you get on the taste.
Oh yeah, see,
that's nice.
That is a sweet surprise.
Yeah, smooth fruit. I get a little grapefruit on that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She took her clothes off. She thick. I respect it. Wow.
It's like, damn, I didn't know you was hiding all that ass.
Yeah. She wasn't hiding it. She just, she just wasn't highlighting it.
I like that.
She wasn't accentuating. But what if like, what if she just had bad style? What if she just doesn't know how to dress?
I dated a girl like that, and I took her shopping.
You took her shopping?
Yeah, we went to Target. Because it wasn't even like
it was like you don't need a lot. It's just a couple things that
yeah.
some guidance.
Yeah, it was like I mean, this was like the late 2010, so it's like we gonna get you them like little ripped jeans. We gonna get you like some like cool little t-shirts because this just ain't it.
What was it? What was this?
What
was our current? Yeah,
it was just like real like how do I put it? You know when like somebody gets like their first big boy big girl job out of college.
Okay.
And like they have like round one of a professional wardrobe.
Yep.
It felt like that before like a social wardrobe that she had.
Okay.
It felt like, okay, this is just like round one, but it's like, okay, and like I'm not like a super fashion forward person, but I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wear stuff that complements my physique. I'm gonna wear something that kind of represents the type of guy that I am. And like I like a lot of like solid colors and like a little bit of like streetwear. Like I fuck with some marathon clothing, but like stuff that's still like pretty like kind of simple because it's like, okay, I want stuff for like, okay, I can go on the stage, I can go into this club bar, I can go to the barber shop and kind of blend in and all these, but then I can go to this place and then blend in. And when I say blend in, not like I want to be accepted, but just in terms of just like, all right, I already stand out enough.
Yeah. You don't know how the day will unfold. You want to be prepared for anything. So
exactly.
I can go anywhere. Yeah, I can adapt to any setting and not be completely out of place. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just easier on my black life.
And her okay, so was it her style that was kind of lagging, or was it just her lack of confidence in said clothes?
Well, I don't think you could have confidence in those types of clothes she was wearing.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I mean, it was just like really like.
What type of shoes?
Like just like some regular old Adidas.
Okay.
You know.
So she's wearing tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I mean can like look fly on a chick. Like I think like all these like I think all the Air Forces all over the place look corny now. Especially because I see Air Forces on so many people I don't identify as being cool. And to me it's like it's becoming uncool.
Yeah. Yeah, Air Force is definitely like a young thing. I think you're supposed to age out of Air Forces and you're supposed to age out of Jordans. I don't know. How is Jordan as a basketball shoe? I never recall playing basketball in Jordans.
I try to stay away from it. You know what's really good at basketball shoe is LeBron's.
Oh, really?
I'm wearing LeBron's right now.
Oh, okay.
But like, yeah, LeBron makes a really good shoe.
So they're functional.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I love LeBron's. Jordans is cool too. Like, you know, I like the high tops more though, but it's like I don't necessarily like playing basketball in high tops. I like mid or low top.
Word? Yeah. Okay. What do you mean by ankles? Wait. They're high tops?
Not like high tops.
It's like mid-level.
Mid-level, yeah. Yeah, so I like, But I mean, like with Jordans, I think it's all about how you do it. Because I think there's the types of Jordans like where it's like, okay, dude, this is just a little too fucking much. And then there's like a kind of more subtle. I don't even know how, like, you're more fashion forward than I am, but
I'm not though. I'm really not.
You just have confidence.
Yeah, I gotta just because of my physique and like my kind of body composition, I have to take different types of risk. I can't just put on any. I really can't put on any. I can't put on any pair of jeans. Like I can't. Shit look goofy. My ass is too high. It's too big. My thighs are too big. My calves are too small. Shit look goofy. Feet too flat. Like it don't. Torso too short. I can go down the list. It's not, you know what I mean? So I gotta be like strategic in the way that I dress.
I feel it.
You know, I gotta wear. I can't wear ankle socks. I gotta wear quarter highs. Like I gotta cover up. It's all, you know, trying to kind of complement, you know, my flaws and shit, and just the way that I'm built.
That's all we doing with clothes.
We're really just trying to hide.
Yeah. Hide and accentuate.
Yep.
But so like wine, like art, I think real estate is very important, and real estate informs like the type of grape it's going to be, how it's going to taste, and I think the same thing can be said for
by real estate. You mean like setting?
Yeah.
Environment.
Yeah, like when I pick out wine, I'm like, I think real estate first. So I'm like, I saw Willamette Valley on the back of this, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we're going with this. Willamette Valley is one of my favorite wine regions. So
oh, really?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Oregon.
Okay.
South of Portland.
Okay.
And there's also a story on the back. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect for fucking Gary. We're
Yeah, no
picking a wine
taxes.
with a yeah. No, but so yeah, the area informs like the soil and how the wine's gonna drink. And like I said, I think the same thing can be said for art. So Gary, where did you grow up?
I grew up in. I grew up in San Francisco for the most part, and then we moved to the East Bay my junior year of high school
We're in the East Bay.
in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So being that you're
city.
from San Francisco, a lot of people have a hard time understanding this that aren't from the Bay. Oakland and San Francisco. So like, somebody would be like, oh yeah, Lyall from San Francisco. I'm like, no, nigga, I'm from Oakland. Like, why is that so? To you, what are the biggest differences between like a San Francisco cat and an Oakland dude?
I would say there's probably like I got a lot of respect for Oakland. But just by sheer like numbers, there's just a lot more range, a lot more diversity and blackness in Oakland.
Yeah.
Whereas in San Francisco, the numbers are so few, so there's a lot of uniformity in terms of like the black experience. But yeah, just by sheer numbers, bro, like Oakland is so much more diverse. They got crazy athletes. They got in terms of the like the entertainment spectrum. They got they have the musical artists. Like San Francisco's always a little behind in terms of in terms of art specifically, because we're so. I don't know, man. It's just like it never seemed like there was room to truly grow, like, and evolve.
Yeah.
Like I still know, so many people who just like really just immersed in the prison of the hood, and they can't get out of the mindset. They can't escape it. It's just like it's all around them, and it's just like
Your life is in like a 3-mile radius.
Yeah. And then even like I never really even experienced San Francisco until I became an adult. Like my view and my experience of the city was like so limited. Like I could say I lived in San Francisco, and then I could confidently say that like I didn't even really encounter white people.
Wow, so you was like Hunters Point, Fillmore?
Yeah, it's Hunters Point, but I would go from Hunters Point to Fillmore, and then back to Hunters Point. Like,
yeah,
you go downtown, but like your scope. And then what was crazy is that like I would look at old pictures, like class photos, and it was like so much diversity within my classroom, but it's like my tunnel vision was just like totally just focused on like my black friends and the black, like our experience together. And we just completely ignored any ounce of otherness. Like there was one girl I had like the biggest crush on just all through elementary. Like anytime you see me like in a photo, in a class photo, I was always standing next to her. Always, dude. We did a play. I did a couple plays in elementary. I was always standing next to her in any photo. And strangely enough, because I took the bus to school. I went to school like in the Castro, and by like the old Valencia Gardens and shit. So a lot of like people from the VGs, they went to that elementary school. But I was like bussed in from baby
VGs?
Valencia Gardens. It used to be like a project housing out in Intermission.
It's crazy like the amount of like Oakland and San Francisco shit people just don't know about each other's sections. It's like,
and also why you don't need to know.
Yeah,
because the the pride of being from like an area or a set is like, don't come here if you're not from here. That's like the big thing. Like, you don't want to come here if you don't.
Don't worry, nigga, I won't.
Yeah, if you're not supposed to be here, it's like, nigga, nobody wants to come there. Like, what's there for me?
Dangerous bus stop.
Yeah, it's like, don't come here if you ain't from here. It's just silly shit, bro. Yeah. That you have to attach yourself to have a sense of pride and identity.
Do you think Pittsburgh made you an artist? Like, do you think you would have been who you were if you stayed in Hunters Point?
I was always like a little offbeat, just because I had to be.
Why'd you have to be offbeat?
I was always trying to kind of communicate like something different, like that I'm not like aligned with this world, but I'm also not a bitch. So, don't try me. So it's a delicate balance trying to like
I'm a
communicate.
nigga from the hood, but I'm not a nigga of the hood.
I'm not, I'm not of these circumstances,
Yeah.
but I can dig and find that and access that if necessary. So like, yeah, we can throw them. We can, it can be whatever, but if it's up to me, I'm choosing peace and I'm choosing the attention of women. So my crew, we're all kind of like pretty boys. So
Yeah.
we was all just like, yo, we about females. Like that's what we on. We ain't on none of that other shit. We about ball, about sports, and we about females. And I was like, so it's like, how do you, walk with confidence and kind of be, and exist in that setting confidently and not be a mark and also not be a threat. Like it's a
balancing act.
It's a balancing act. Absolutely.
I do think though when you're an athlete, it's easier to do that though.
Yeah, because people identify you as being an athlete. Like, and thankfully,
he played ball.
Right. Thankfully, I didn't. There weren't a lot of athletes that come out of San Francisco. Like our biggest athletes are. I mean, probably the most famous person to come out of San Francisco, black anyway, is probably is OJ. Yeah.
Oakland is like what? It's probably.
Yeah, they got numbers.
Oakland I'm West numbers. Oakland, so mine is Bill Russell. That's
okay.
Like, yeah, that's a good one.
Oakland got crazy numbers.
Yeah.
They got athletes. I mean, and you would see it too because we would always play like at the end of the season, play like an all-star game, like an Oakland versus San Francisco all-star game, and they would pound us. We just didn't have the numbers. We didn't have athletes like that.
So I know you played D2 football.
Yeah.
Do you think like, because that's like something I'm like really like fun envious of. Not like I'm real jealous, but I'm like, man, that's pretty dope. I wish I could have played a ball at that level. Do you think that gave you like a certain amount of structure to your adult life?
No.
Okay.
Because I've always been kind of a nonconformist, so I've always just challenged authority just naturally. So,
but that doesn't mean you don't have structure and getting your own shit together.
I mean, I have some structure just because I'm fairly smart, but in terms of like following routines and conformity in that way, I just kind of it doesn't add much substance to my life, though I should have more. But I think I chose wisely when I chose my partner because she's mad structured. She loves structure. She works in compliance. She loves a fucking rule. Like she loves a rule, bro. She loves a rule. She loves enforcing a rule. Like that's her shit. I'm not. Yeah.
You ever say to your girl, "Oh man, you one of them rule following ass niggas"? Because I've said that to my bitches.
She is.
Yeah.
She is. She loves rules. She loves rules, and they have their place, but we have, as a people, we kind of we're questioning. We're very questioning people, and rightfully so, just given our experience. So I question everything. I just question rules. I question how is this sort of geared towards my demise. You know what I mean? Like, what is it about?
Who's making the rules?
Yeah, right. Who's making the rules? Why do these rules exist?
Yeah.
Who's benefiting? And who's the mark for them? So, but she loves a fucking rule, bro. She thrives on that shit. And I love it for her, and I love it for my children. It's not me, but we make it work.
The thing, like I'm kind of getting with you and your and I want to go back to like you and origin story a little bit, but the thing I kind of get with like you and your wife and your kids is what I'm kind of getting is I got somebody to take care of that shit. Good, I don't have to.
There's parts of that. And it's kind of selfish of me as well, but that's kind of...
Yeah, you're a male. I mean, like, I don't think marriage and family really are...
It's not natural. It's not natural.
It's not natural.
I don't think it's natural.
Even if you're fucking rich, I don't think it is.
Yeah. I think there's such a divide between men and women and sort of our pursuits and our needs, just like on a fundamental level.
Definitely. But then even if you go into like what being a stand-up is, like we're out all night, we're like
it's a completely different world that like people just won't understand. People can't like it's hard to
You're
the
at the
hardest
club
thing
and
to
you're not
explain.
performing?
Yeah, it's like you're clubbing. Like I stayed out. I went out Friday night, just to a show. I went to a couple shows, and then the show turned into a dance party. So I just stayed. And she equated that with like, oh, you went clubbing last night. It's like, no, I just hung out after the show. And the show just happened to
And
have
then people started dancing.
yeah, and people started dancing, and the DJ came in, and it just turned into a vibe. You know what I mean? It's like I didn't go out with the intentions of clubbing. I would never do that. I would never do that to you. I love you. I would never club without having it pre-planned 3 weeks in advance. Like I would never do that to you.
All right. Well, we'll keep Friday open, Gary. Keep Friday open.
I would never spontaneously just club on you. That's not how I do. I know I got to wake up at 5 a.m.
So fast forward, we started doing open mics together. Fun times.
Yeah.
Parish, something. You moved to LA. And 2023, you win the San Francisco International Comedy Competition. Previous winners or finalists: Robin Williams, Louis C.K.
The homies.
Yeah. The homies. Did Chappelle? I feel like Chappelle did it. I don't know.
I don't think he did it.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's always wanted to, but he never did. I think according to Chris Riggins.
Okay. Riggins would know. What was I gonna say? No, but you won the competition, and do you feel like it changed anything?
I mean, dude, you know what I realized?
Yeah.
Just like yesterday, I'm not enough of a narcissist to really climb in the way that
Previous winners have.
and not previous winners, but just like in the way that you're supposed to be motivated in this world, in this environment. So to answer the question, it could have done more for me, but that just wasn't my intention. I didn't even intend to do it. So, because I knowing like my style and sort of my brand of humor,
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like it was sort of conducive to like what it takes to win that competition.
Yeah.
You know, at the time I was sitting on a stool heavy, which is, you know, something that is just like taboo, like forbidden by comedians, which is a weird rule. It's a weird rule. It's like, you know, and I get it. Things kind of get blown out of proportion to like the number of like comics who are sitting on stools now 2 years in is like, you know, it is offensive.
It is.
It's like, yo, you know, we're sitting on stools more than we're humping them, and that's a real problem. You know, that's not what we're supposed to be doing.
That's a problem in comedy.
Yeah, it's a problem in comedy.
Yeah.
We're sitting on stools more than we're fucking them.
Well, you know, stool humping actually is giving a fuck. Even no, yeah, you can say it's hack, Def Jam, whatever. Huh?
It's commitment.
It's commitment, and it's giving a fuck. It's giving a fuck about your performance, even if it's like some bullshit we've seen a million times.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like sitting on the stool is like you're gonna take your time. It's like, is this joke that fucking good to where you don't have to perform it? You don't.
Okay.
Because I think there's a certain. Because for me, it's like you should. There's like a certain give a fuck factor that I think like should be had on like the whole no shorts on stage thing. Like I think like that can go a little too far.
Yeah.
But it's also like no, like
I disagree with all rules regarding stand-up because we're supposed to be those who challenge the status quo.
I agree.
That's the whole point of that's why we're here.
I agree with you. And a lot of like stand-up rules are like rooted in like white guy shit from a certain era. So it's like bullshit. But like I would just say with the stool or like the fucking or the shorts, some of those things, it's just the kind of like it's just more about being like a professional and giving a fuck. So I think like they should be suggestions, not like strict.
As we talk about our dicks and like let's not lose sight of what we're doing.
No, definitely. But there should still be like a show aspect to it, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because people still like came out, got ready,
right?
So I don't feel it's like, well, I'll just give you niggas anything and show up looking however.
I think I don't know if I agree with sort of the presentation, the way you present yourself, being to a certain like level or whatever, or sitting on anything or using anything, whatever. I think it's just all like rooted in like the funny. is it funny? I don't give a fuck what you're doing on stage. Like for me personally,
Same.
I started sitting on a stool because I had a joke where I needed to reference my shoes that I was wearing. So the only way to show my shoes was to
Doing
sit on
that,
the stool and
getting
kick
tight.
and kick my legs up. And then I was like, yo, this is actually kind of like it puts me at a level of ease, and it feels more conversational. And then I don't feel like I almost don't want to like hover over an audience like as everyone else is seated. It almost feels like disarming. Like, oh no, I'm like you.
But
I'm
that's
here.
you though. You are a disarming person. So I think that works for you.
Okay.
So my issue with like the stools and some of that shit, or not even like a fucking stool, just like leaning on a wall a certain kind of way. And I've been guilty of this when I was a younger comic is,
well, that's
I fucking blame Chappelle.
That's
fear.
And
you're trying to make yourself look more casual.
You're trying to look more casual because you're afraid.
Yeah, and I don't like that shit. Like, no, fucking perform through your fucking fear.
But it depends to me because also like there's a stage. If we're not, because we're not really in an era. We're kind of in a cool comedy era.
I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of in that space of where we're just like uncommitted and we're like we don't care because that's kind of
Chappelle.
That's it's very youthful though too as well. The youth is it's very much like blasé. It's just like I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah,
whatever,
I still put it on Dave.
I mean?
But
yeah, I mean that's what you do. You want to pinpoint no,
because I noticed a shift is what I'll say is when Dave started being like. But it wouldn't be like Dave on a special. It'd be like Dave when he just kind of be working out, whether it was YouTube footage or shit. And I think there's a correlation to that. And I think
I don't think so because I don't think anyone absorbing stand up and studying stand up would look at Dave like, oh, I could do Dave. I don't think anybody
would.
I don't
Comics
know.
look at all the fucking greats and go, let me do my version of that. That's just fucking art. That's just like art. Like, oh, I'm going to do a version of that.
I mean, I understand that, but I don't think
accessible.
I think it would be a little delusional to think that you can execute it to that standard, to that level. And that
Who's more
audience,
delusional than these motherfuckers? These are very delusional
I guess,
people.
yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
What did you say? You need like a certain level of delusion to do this?
I think you need a certain level of delusion to think that you can do this like effectively as a part of your livelihood and to like raise a family on it. Are you fucking insane? But I don't know that. Yeah. I didn't know that when I started. I didn't know anything. I wasn't like a comedy nerd growing up.
Neither was I.
You know what I mean? Like my brother had a couple like Jamie Foxx. I had some Eddie Murphy, you know, but like I'm watching it. I'm just like, I thought to do stand up, I thought you needed to be famous first. I didn't know an open mic existed. I thought you had to be famous first, and then I guess on your downtime when you're not shooting a movie, you go on tour doing some stand up.
You know what I thought? I thought I would watch like Premium Blend, and when comics would say, "All right, I got to get out of here," I thought they had another show they had to get to after the taping.
You thought somebody was watching their kids?
Yeah, well, I thought like, then they have a show up the street because they're like, I got to get out of here. Like I'm like, oh, yeah, there's just more. Like, and they're just taping it. Like I didn't realize like, and then you get in the game like, no, this taping is like gonna be your life up until it fucking happens.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a celebration after, probably. Like,
yeah, I didn't know, bro. I didn't know shit. I still don't know.
All right, I want to get out of comedy soon, but last vestige of the entertainment stuff. What is more? Because you've done like some pretty like solid stuff within the industry in the past few years.
Yeah.
What's more fulfilling? Winning a comedy competition with Prestige, writing on a network TV show, especially a Black woman-led TV show. I know.
Shout out to Miss Pat. Love Miss Pat.
Shout out Miss Pat. Or just being like because I know you did like a sitcom with Keon Poley, right?
Okay, yeah.
So like just being on air, and I know you did the MTV thing.
Yeah.
So like, what's more fulfilling, like being on screen as an actor or as a personality, writing for somebody on a legit network, or winning a comedy comp?
Probably winning a comp.
Okay.
Yeah, winning a comp. That's sort of a validation, especially when you don't think that you're, you don't think you can do it. You don't think, like, I didn't think that I could. I was just doing it just for the stage time. I was
Yeah.
like, maybe I can get a couple dollars. Maybe I can make the finals. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Get out of LA for a
Yeah,
second.
just like take a little break, a little vacation. That was probably like my peak experience in entertainment. Writing is cool, but it's also very structured.
Yeah.
There's a lot of structure to it. Acting is kind of fun too, but still, there's a process to that as well. But that competition, man, especially given that like stand up is, how I was my entry point into the industry,
Yeah.
is like that was really fulfilling. I really felt that, and sort of the rigors of it, and the challenge, like how fucking challenging it was. It was fucking like I think of I can only sort of compare it to just like a training camp when you're trying to win like a starting role. You're trying to increase your role in importance and value on the team, and you only have camp to prove yourself, and just sort of the fucking like rigors of camp. Like there's nothing like football camp.
See, to me, and that's how like I think sports kind of helped you win the comp though.
Yeah. Definitely. No, without a doubt. I went into like, cause when I transferred, I didn't know. I'll say it like 10 toes. I didn't really know anything about football. And I had played football like my entire life, like organized football since I was 8 years old. And I'm talking like now I'm like 21, 22, and I'm going to this like prestigious like university, like a fucking national power on Division II level. And I get there and I think I know things. I know nothing. I know nothing. Every like what I learned about the sport and about like how to just my approach to the game. Like I always had great work ethic because I was always like undersized, so I always needed to like make up with that with being sort of ferocious and just like really aggressive. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I really had to like channel that. And just I was hella strong. I was benching like 400, lifting 225 like 23 times, and just like fast. You know what I mean? So I had sort of those attributes, but I was always short and I was always undersized. So I had to make up for it by just my approach to the game and studying the game. But I didn't really learn the game, dude, until like 2008, where my head coach, Chuck Martin, who's now the head coach at Miami of Ohio, he like during the spring or whatever, he like basically really like taught me football in a way that made sense, in a way that was kind of like simplified. It was like, what makes the most sense in this scenario? So that at that point I like learned the game, and I took that summer and I was just in the film room every night, just studying, and just getting like a leg up. By the time we went into camp, I was just like so far ahead. Like I knew
You worked
so
harder.
much. I just knew so fucking much. That just like really put me, ahead of the competition. So through that camp, like I ended up winning a starting role, and it was love from there. But obviously like ups and downs and shit. But compare that to the competition is just like fucking just like it's just like draining, just like every day. Like imagine just like coming in fourth place, fifth place, and like and you're like and you're doing like what you think is like your best shit. And you're like, I don't know what else do I do? Like I can't go and study more.
And then for context for the people, like most of the shows are not in San Francisco.
None of the shows were in San Francisco. And I mean, so I broke it down. I started breaking it down. I started kind of breaking down the audiences and the demographic. And not necessarily to like change my routine, but just to kind of like get an idea of like how I'm gonna do.
How to present your routine.
Yeah, exactly. So, it was mostly white, but it was like, it was the earthy whites.
Yeah.
It was the artsy whites. And then it was the poor whites, the working class whites. So it's like trying to kind of have a different approach for each of those.
That's Northern California in a nutshell.
Yeah, for each of those
you got
different
the
audiences.
Sac, that's NorCal.
Yeah. So once I kind of figured that out, and then also figuring out like the judges, because a lot, most of it was in the judges' hands.
Yeah.
How to present yourself if there's a female judge as a male comic. Only shows I was winning was if there was a black judge, so or no, just some person of color on the panel. And then that gave me a leg up. And then by the time we got to the final show, I wasn't doing well with female judges. Because, I'm talking about sex. The comics who were doing well with female judges, was talking about like, more safer pedestrian material. Like,
we're talking about NorCal females who they're not fun people. So
I mean, I won't judge, because I'm a feminist ally. So
I am not.
I'm a friend of feminism.
You're a friend of feminism. I am a truth teller of feminism.
I love women. So I'm just fascinated by women because we don't know what they want.
Okay, so
we know what we want.
This is a good segue now. So I got like a few little portions to show. One is I want to do shit I've heard Gary say.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'd be talking about. But go ahead.
Let's start with this one. This is the
that's
first
fascinating.
one. Is when we're on that car ride from El Segundo to the club, it was oh my bad. To the bar that has a dance floor. Let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
But as we was on our way there, is you were like, I mean, like the thing is like bitches are like just so interesting to me because it's like with guys, it's like I just don't like talking to niggas. It's because it's like top 5 this, top 5 that. Like I just can't take these barbershop nigga conversations. And with women, it's just so interesting, like what drives them because they have so many interests that are not geared towards them. Like, because you think about boys when we're young, like there's a lot of stuff geared towards like, do you want to play sports? Do you want to do this? Girls don't have that. It's like easy bake ovens. So with that said, that's something that like I think about is like the fact that you really. So do you like not like hanging out with dudes like that?
No, I enjoy hanging out with. I enjoy talking shit. But yeah, sort of those kind of like. I don't know, just the natural sort of dialogue that occurs between men is usually surrounding sports. I don't know. It's weird. Like, it's just weird for me just like sitting back talking about other men.
That's funny.
Talking about what other men are doing, what other men have accomplished. Who's a better man? Is this man a better man? Like, it's weird. It's just weird. Like,
so what nigga you think says poetry better? Christopher, Sean, Nasir?
No. Michael Jordan way better than that. I don't. All right. That's also an art form. It's also subjective. Like, there's no way to prove. Like, what are we trying to prove? It's almost as though like we don't have any real like outlet to have like a real discussion. I'm more tapped into like the human experience and trying to have like an emotional like conversation that can enlighten me. Like that can make me a better person. I'm trying to be a better person.
Well, you're a very fit, glowy, dimple having nigga. So I think that's like a vantage point you can have. Whereas a lot of guys are like fucking beat down and like just life didn't turn out a certain kind of way for them by a certain time and they can't let go of it. It's so many men that are like just stuck off a bitch and just like, man, she fucking did this and I spent this. Like I know guys that are like thinking about like a chick from 6 years ago still. Yeah. So I think like when you do have that life or like you don't like who you married or procreated with or you single and fucking lonely and you don't have like and all your friends are kind of moving on and doing whatever. Is I think like just talking about it's like, okay, sports, these are stats. Okay, music, oh, this song, these bars. Yeah. And it's like a way to turn your head off.
I suppose. I mean, I understand it. I understand that there's so few opportunities to like connect with people. So we kind of find these things. Like there's no reason that anyone should be a diehard fan of any team. Like there's no purpose in that, but maybe it goes back to like our primal nature. Or I don't know.
Well, it's like gladiator shit though. It's like it's the same as us being in Rome and
right, and watching people kind of
Yeah, just
so I get that. It's something to do, but like the attention that we give it is just like it's unnecessary. Like, dude, like Malik Neighbors is probably somewhere fucking 2 bitches. Like, why are we so interested in what he is, what his capability of what he can produce on the field? Like, this means nothing.
Yeah.
Like, so for me, I just want to find a different way to connect. I don't want to spend so much of my time and my energy, like, on like who did the Niners draft? Like, I don't want to just like spend that much energy on what other people are doing.
I don't know if you feel me on this, but it's like I'll be watching like a basketball game out and like it'll be the guys like, come on, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, do you have money on this? Do we need to be this emotional over it?
Yeah.
Because I just kind of look at like analytically, like, oh yeah, that was a bad pass. Oh yeah, the lane was clogged.
And that's how I watch. That's how I watch like professional sports.
Yeah,
because it's shit that shouldn't happen. Given your ability, your athletic ability, your natural ability, and sort of your work ethic, and sort of your love and passion towards this game, like to reach that level, you have to have like a certain like level of passion.
I never say a pro athlete is trash.
Yeah, I mean they're not trash, but but there's some things that are just like inexcusable.
Yeah,
like how the fuck does anyone jump off sides? Like, how is that a thing?
I don't know football well. I'm a basketball guy.
Okay. How do you travel? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck?
Because everybody gets away with it. That's why.
Okay, but just like, how do you double? How are you a professional athlete? You've been in the game for 15 years and you fucking double dribble at some point, at any point. It's just inexcusable for me. I can't. How can you not? It's just, how do you miss free throws? Like shit like that is just like mind boggling. To where I'm just like, I can't give this energy. I can't give
and you see guys do it, and when I see guys be like, "Oh, come on," it's like you want me to interact with you now. Then you want me to like yell at the TV with you.
Yeah,
and then I'm like forcing myself to feel an emotion I don't naturally feel.
Yeah,
and that's like, that's low vibrational. I agree.
I wouldn't say it's low vibrational. It's just.
You don't think forcing yourself to feel something you don't naturally feel?
I think
for the sake of
I think we have. I think people have, generally speaking, your common person has very limited access to feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
I
mean, but that's why we can connect around sports. Another thing.
I mean, but even with sports, those. I mean, how many emotions are there in sports?
This is like
excitement,
3.
disappointment, and like, you know what I mean. Yeah. It's like, well, what are we feeling?
It's like 3.
Yeah. What are we discussing? And it's just not. I don't fault anyone for like what they do, but I tend to want to just have a different conversation. I want to have a different dialogue. I like talking about emotional shit. You know, that's just kind of how I move. And it's easier to like. It's safer. I feel safer with women because you can kind of you don't have to hide behind masculinity. You can say some corny shit and then not be perceived a certain way, or you can say some, you don't have to say pause when you're talking to a woman. You know what I mean? Or no homo.
I find it fun though to say like,
yeah.
Niggas be saying gay shit on purpose just so they can say pause.
Yeah, but like there's a certain level of freedom to it. Just like, hey, you can just have a conversation and you can say cute. You can say shit is cute.
Pause ain't nothing but that's what she said for niggas.
I suppose.
I don't know. It's like a fun way to like I mean, because it's like, hey, yo, man, he has strong D. Yo, right. Pause murder. It's like, come on, Cam and Mace. Like, y'all know what y'all doing at this point.
It's fun. Yeah. It's fun, but like, there's, I don't know. I'm on some, I don't know. I just be on different shit. I just be on some other shit. I really be on some other shit.
You do. Another quote. This is the one that changed my life. And this is kind of when like I really was like, Gary's kind of like a big brother now. Is when, because there's a thing in like comedy where it's like niggas will be like, yeah, I'm kind of like your big brother. I'm like, nigga, you older than me, but we've been doing comedy the same amount of time, or I've been doing it longer. I don't look at you like that, nigga.
Wild,
you're not cool.
Wild to call yourself a big brother of someone else. It's just like unsolicited. That's wild.
It's like, you ain't teach me how to fight, nigga.
Yeah, it's like pause. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a pause moment. That's a suitable pause moment.
Yeah, but like for you, it was like, for me, it's because I'm like an only child and shit. So it's like all my, like the community was my big brother.
Okay.
Art was my big brother.
I was kind of like an only child as well.
Yeah. Because you're like, brother's like way older and shit.
My brother's way older. My sister was in the streets.
Okay, yeah.
So I was kind of, and my mother was absent, just, neglectful just by way of, having other like more pressing matters to tend to. So I was, when you're not the worst child,
so he'll be fine.
Like, he'll be fine. Yeah. So I was kind of left to my own devices.
So a thing you said, and this would change my life for the better. You said, and I remember this is 2018. I was in this weird space. I was in LA from the Bay, and I was just like super bored of being in the Bay, and blah. As you can just kind of get bored being in the Bay if you live there too long. and we're hanging out. You and I, we worked out together.
Then we ran.
Yeah, we ran
and we lifted.
jump rope.
And we lifted. Yep.
Yeah. But not like, we didn't do weights. We did like the shit.
We did like, bands.
Yeah.
Resistance bands.
Yeah, we did weights. I would have been good, but I was like, oh, this is some new shit right here. This thing working me out. And then like at the end of our workout, you said, that was about what I expected.
I remember the workout being pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
It was cool.
And then after we got some rotisserie chicken.
And
then we went to go, we saw Black Panther with one of your little all-white lady friends.
That's hilarious.
And then you got a type with the all-white lady. Like,
dude, I was thinking about this the other night. I was thinking about this. I was like, bro, there's too many white women in my life.
Yes.
Like, there's too many important white women in my life.
I'll introduce you to some black women.
It's just too many. There's black ones, but there's just too many. There's
a specific type of white too.
You think so?
Yes, nigga, like they are like very like Silver Lakey.
Okay. But my thing is, dude, I truly I don't like pursue anything. I don't like I really fuck with people who fuck with me.
I do too, but even me, I'm like, I have too many problematic niggas in my life.
Okay.
That like kind of like make me normalize some of the fucked up shit I say that I should not be comfortable saying in the world I'm operating in. So that's
within context.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you said within the past month?
I don't know. Anyways, I want to get to the next thing. And I'm not saying that because I'm scared. I'm just saying that because I want the pod to have some structure. No, what you said was, though, you said like, I'm at a point in my life where like I'm only going to have sex with people where like I feel good about it. Because men, we just have this tendency to just like kind of fuck anything or like, oh, it's there. And I don't want to do that because you really are exchanging energies or whatever you said. And I'm like, that's a great point because I'd come off a few bodies that I didn't feel great about. Then after that, I felt good. Like I can say since you said that to me, I only had like one body.
Handful.
I'm like, I'd take that off. Everything else, I'm like, I feel good about that. I feel good about that.
Yeah. Man.
I'll show you all the pictures.
I went through I won't say a phase, but like I won't even say pity fuck, but like,
you gave some charity dick?
She doesn't have a lot of confidence, like it would be stuff like that. Just like, oh, poor her. Yeah, who am I to say no? Type shit. Who am I to just reject you? Like that, I ain't shit. It's like, bro, it's fine. So it would be like stuff like that, but then like afterwards,
I wonder if I gotten some pussy like that and a girl was like that with me.
You think so? Nah. You're too confident for a girl to pity fuck you. Yeah. Or you exude a level of confidence to where she.
No, you had it right the first time. Yeah, you had it right the first
time. You give off a lot of alpha energy.
I do.
But no, I was just like, she not like on a. It would be just like I'm having sex with women, just like not on a. It should be more I should be more objective.
Yeah,
I should objectify her a little more, and then maybe I'll make a different decision. But it'll just be like completely free flowing, just like I don't care how she looks, it's fine. Like this is an experience we're having together. Maybe she'll come out of this on the other side and feel better about herself.
You don't think about how you feel though?
That would be the post. That would be post. Yeah. And then I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have did that.
But I mean, you did that, and then it's just like other things in my life got better when like I strictly pursued and had sex with women.
Yeah,
where I felt like fly about it.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think we should all be just more selective.
Yeah,
we should all be more selective. Like, how am I going to feel about this after?
Yeah, because it was funny.
Like the moment, like, because women have a tendency to like text too soon after. Like text when she gets home or something like that. Yeah. Like, how do you feel? You need to feel good about receiving that text. You know what I mean? You can't see that text and be like, oh, what? Well, I just saw you. You know what I mean? Like, why are you texting me already?
You can't just say home, bitch.
Yeah.
You gotta add more words.
I don't need to know you got home safe. It needs but you got to be able to receive that message. Like, okay, cool. I'm glad you got home safe.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a fun time.
Well, it's funny. Right after you add that,
I can't wait to see you again too. rather than like, I see you when I see you, you know?
Well, for me, it's also like there's this thing of like I really like showing the homies what I fucked.
Okay.
Or who I fucked. Let me not say what.
Okay.
But like I really like because the last girl I had, like I sent you a photo and you was like,
you didn't send me a photo. You showed me. You didn't send it to me. You showed me.
Okay, yeah.
You showed me. It was from your phone. You didn't send it to me. That's another level of that's diabolical.
No, I didn't see you a nude or anything. It was like it was like a beach photo.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. I didn't see you like no, I'm not a dirtbag.
Okay.
Like no, but I sent you I showed you a photo and then you was like, job well done. I'm proud. And then and that's what I like. Yeah. Like I like the whole process. I like the lead up. I like showing the homies and then like, oh yeah, that's good shit. And because yeah.
Where's she now?
I don't know. She wanted a relationship and I'm like, I ain't with that shit.
Why not?
She's a nurse. She's a hoe bag. I ain't fucking know. Like, I ain't getting a relationship with a nurse.
Women change.
No, they fuck.
Yeah, they do. Women change. Women.
She also wanted black kids. And I'm like, oh God, you want to know.
I mean, how old is she?
27.
27, yeah. 27-year-old women say shit like that. I want black children. Like, yeah. But, I mean, would you rather her, you know what I mean? Would you rather her have black kids or continue the cycle? Like,
well, yo,
you know what I mean? Would you rather, like, I used to,
point.
Dude, bro, I've justified so much of my toxicity in the past, bro. I'd be like, yeah. I mean, I'm being non-committal and I'm being like kind of shady in situations, but like, mind you, I'm just kind of stringing white women along like past their child rearing years. You know what I mean? So by the time this ends, she's not gonna be able to bear white children. And that's a win for everyone. That's a win for everybody.
Less white kids in the world.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I thought that was the goal. I thought that was rather than more black people, I thought we wanted less white people. What's more important to you? More black people or less white people?
Probably less white people.
Less white people? Yeah. I agree.
Because niggas gonna fuck.
I agree.
We gonna fuck one way or another. Yeah, yeah. So that was a quote. But yeah, like just doing that.
Being happy about your decisions ultimately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But like especially when you feel like happy about the body count, that is very important.
What's your body count?
Yeah, it's in the 20s.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Is it supposed to be higher?
Can I tell you what? Can I tell you what it would be?
What?
Had you gone to college?
Go ahead.
You know, bro, I have like a modest count. I have a modest number compared to like a lot of my my teammates and shit.
Yeah.
The 20s, that's like one a year.
Well, no.
Roughly 2 a year.
Well, I've also like had like relationships and shit
okay,
too.
Like long term.
Yeah. So like then there's that, and it's not like I didn't cheat, but it's like, all right, how much time do I have?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, is that? Well, then also I'm not the type of guy because it's funny. I fucked this chick, and then she was like, we get done, and then she's like, hey, so do you want to know my body count? And like I said, no, I'm good, and she's like, the fact you don't want to know makes me want to tell you more. I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. And then she said, you're number 73. And I'm like, okay. And she said, how does that make you feel? Like she wanted a reaction out of like she wanted like a. She was
wait, her number was 73?
Her number was 73.
Oh shit.
And then men and women included because she was very bisexual. She was engaged to a bitch.
I wouldn't even count the women for real. That's not even.
I wouldn't either, but I could tell like it emotionally drained her. So I'm also counting like the.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't if it was
just
like
tell me
5.
how many men. I just want to know how many men.
So she pulled up. It was. What was
the majority? What was the majority?
I think men.
Men.
I think men. So she pulled up her phone and then she had like a list, and then next to my name she put a microphone. And then she had like different there was an NBA player. She had like a basketball emoji, and she had like different emojis for all these niggas.
Yeah,
so it was. But yeah, like so I didn't really.
It's interesting to see like.
But anyways, no. What she said though was like she was asking me body count, and I was like at the time I was like 25 or something, whatever. And then she was like, "Aren't you a comedian? Like, how's it not higher?" And then I'm like, I don't really like talking to y'all bitches like that.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I get like really kind of annoyed. I'm just like, I ain't dealing with this fucking shit. Because I
I love talking to women.
I do, but it's like when it gets to a certain point, I'm like, I'm taking my ball, my dick, and I'm going home.
Okay.
Like, I'll take my ball and go home. I'm not dealing with this fucking shit.
Yeah. What type of shit?
Like, why am I like following you all around? Why am I having to like hear this conversation? I don't like you as a person. Because you know where I kind of like have mind fucked myself a little bit. And this is like, I'm going to take you through the full journey. So I would see women like that I like really was into, and they'd be with like, I'd see like who they fucked in the past or who they're seeing currently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you with this lame ass nigga? And then
what makes them lame though?
I mean, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But so then from there, I'd be like, you know a lame when you see one. Or just somebody that's lame to you. Or you just like, this corny motherfucker. Like, you don't look at niggas like, bitch ass nigga.
I mean, everyone's lame to someone. You know what I mean?
Boom, they lame to me. So that happens. And then I'd be like dealing, hearing how women talk. And I'm like, yo, how would I react if a nigga said this? Or like, and I mean like, you can't like compare men and women like 100% across the board equally, but there's some certain shit where I'm like, yo, if a dude did this, I'd be like, yo, you fucking whack, my nigga. Like, I wouldn't hate, like, I'm around you because you have a pussy that I like. You have a body that I like. It's something, but if you didn't have that, I'd be like, get the fuck away from me. And then that kind of became more in like my head, and I'm just like, I look at like a lot of women like whack niggas.
Oh, that's unfair. That's unfair. That's completely unfair. They're programmed differently. They're conditioned completely differently. Like definitely. You can't hold them to that standard of
No, you can't, and you shouldn't. But it's like a way I've kind of mind fucked myself a little bit. Which is why, like, when people are like, "Wait, you only fuck this many," but then it's also because I become more selective.
Only. I wouldn't say only. I was, you take into account like the height and the light skin. That's safe. That's PG-13. Dark skinned niggas. Those are R-rated niggas.
But I have a lot of dark skin energy though.
Okay, but you also got soft eyes. You know what I mean? So it's like. There's a lot of disarming there. So it's interesting. It's interesting. But I also think, you drink wine, like that's an aphrodisiac in a sense. Like that's a level of sophistication, I mean, also so maybe it's you. Maybe it's you.
I think it is me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm good with women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I've never heard someone like not a nerd say that.
Yeah, no, because I'm real honest with myself, and not like I know how to have a conversation with a woman, and like a woman can talk to me and be like, well, he clearly like can fuck or whatever. But I've never like I get bored easily talking to women because they just kind of talk about other people they know.
Okay,
and I'm just
but I mean, yeah, but that's where you facilitate kind of the dialogue. You kind of take the conversation where you want to go, and you show interest in her, and you ask about like her and her whatever, her thoughts and ideas and her experiences and stuff like that.
We know the other thing is like I don't like having to warm a woman up. It's like if I don't feel like you're really into me, I don't really want to try.
Okay, there it is.
Because you know what's funny? I was on like on a Tinder date with this chick, and she was just like just fucking boring. And then I was just like, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get like a double shot, and I'm gonna just start saying some wild shit. I'm like, I really just kind of want to like grab your ass right now and like fuck you. And then she's like, okay. And I'm like, oh shit. It's like all this dry conversation. You down for some freak shit? Yeah. And then we talk, and I'm just like, man, but she's just like really fucking boring. But for that example,
what does that mean? What does that mean? She's boring.
Like she didn't really have like she would get like I would say something and then she would just be like, like that's it, and she wouldn't have anything to say, and I'd ask her a question, and she just answered the question, be like, and I answered the question, the end. And she wasn't like nervous; she was just like fucking boring. Yeah. And then like we ended up hooking up later, but it was like it wasn't fun.
Can I tell you? Okay, because I have my take on that too.
Yeah.
Back in college,
I wish I could say that.
After I think it was it was a girl I was seeing. Like seriously. Gorgeous. All right. You was feeling it. I just needed a moment.
But if they're not, if they don't look like that, I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. If you don't look like, because I'll put up a lot with, but like the more women I had that have like on the, I'd say my Hall of Fame jerseys on my body count, you know?
This nigga, boy.
What?
You're starting 5?
Yeah.
What you taking? We here now. What you taking? Give me a starting 5. I just want just like whatever. Whatever.
What do you want,
like,
their names or
no,
not
their names. Just like whatever stands out about them that makes them top 5.
Okay. One, amazing hair.
This
amazing
is by the way,
face.
this is incredibly toxic. But listen, I'm here. I'll give you mine too. We'll do that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say like the letter their name starts with. So
No,
I
don't
fuck
okay.
up.
Yeah, okay.
But just this for me. Oh, she had face, long, beautiful hair, tits.
What color is her hair?
Brown.
Okay.
Just very brown.
What color are her eyes?
Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Curvy. Oh my God.
How much you weigh?
I don't know.
Roughly.
I don't be knowing women's weight like that.
Oh, okay.
I can pick her. I can pick
How
up.
How tall was she then?
Like 5'9", 5'10".
5'9". Okay, 5'9".
5'9".
So and then
5'9",
curvy.
5'9". Yeah.
Like no stomach or like
no stomach.
No stomach?
Yeah.
Zero stomach.
Zero stomach.
Like hourglass?
Yeah.
Okay. Cup size.
She was 22. Oh, she was like C.
A C?
Double C.
So she's probably like 150.
Yeah.
Like 150, 160. 150,
Yeah.
160.
Yeah, shit. You got a nigga. So her
is she one or is this in no order? I'm a little buzzed too, by the way. So if I'm saying outlandish shit, you're welcome to.
You know, we can just move on away from this. I didn't even. This wasn't even planned.
It don't matter. That's how I like to roll.
Yeah. Anyways, this her.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's top 5.
Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Yeah. That's top 5.
That's top 5. That's top 5. Yeah.
For sure. Where's she now?
She's living in a coastal California town.
She's in San Luis Obispo.
and she posts about Palestine a lot, you know.
Oh shit, I love it, bro.
And then
that's great.
This is like my first LA one that like I feel very good about.
She's an LA number.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
out here, nigga. I'm out here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
that was crazy. Like with shit like that you say like 20 something.
Because like I like the really, because I could have a higher body count, but like my body at work wouldn't be as impressive.
Okay.
So like when it comes to fucking bitches, I'm like Kendrick Lamar dropping albums. It's like I need like I take my time.
Take your time.
I'm Dr. Dre dropping albums. I want like a masterpiece.
Okay.
Because I could have way more. Like I was in New York and there was a chick that I could like. She was just throwing it at me, but I'm like, do I want to fuck a big bitch with no ass or titties? I don't. Because I was like trying to talk myself into it, and then.
But sometimes, bro, those little titties on big bitches they be kind of like endearing. You know what I mean? There's like the way they like kind of sit on the stomach, but
you know what?
There's something like endearing.
We was at this spot in New York, and I was seeing like all these like bad bitches. I'm like, I need to get the fuck up out of here.
Uh-huh.
Why did I let her talk me into coming to this place with her from the spot across the street?
Sometimes bad bitches ain't even it. Like sometimes that's not even where it's at. It really sometimes it just be like the chubby cute chicks like be like.
You can be you can be chubby, but it's like you gotta have shape. Like she ain't have no shape.
Okay, yeah, that's another. Did she have style?
No. She also said something that really made me sad because like I was at the bar doing some bullshit show, and then she like starts talking to me. She comes down, sees my set, and then it was like at its.
How was the set?
It was fine.
All right.
It was good for the room.
Okay,
but it wasn't like nothing I would be proud of. But then we go upstairs and she's like, yeah, there's this guy, like, I'd hooked up with him, like, you know, a few years ago. He hits me up and then we're hanging out and he's like, oh, yeah, I'm just like, we're meeting at this bar. But he's like, just so you know, I got to like be out of here in 45 minutes. I'm like, wait, I'm not the plan for the evening. I'm out. And then so I'm like, oh.
I love it.
So niggas are treating you like shit? It's like, I don't know if I want a bitch shit where niggas treat you like that. Yeah. But you let me know you're not like, because like I would never come around a girl being like, yeah, I don't have a bunch of sex. I only fuck one time a year. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say that, like, whether it was true or not. Like,
is this appropriate wine conversation? By the way, I don't know.
It is at this point, yeah, because it's elevated.
Yeah, I don't know what people talk about. I like that wine though. This is fire. How much was it?
This was $19.
Okay,
I am really good at finding like high quality wines at a certain price point.
Look at that reverse.
Yeah, kill that. something I want to talk to. Current event thing I want to get into. So Michael Rubin, are you aware of Michael Rubin? Owns Philadelphia 76ers. I think he also owns the Eagles. And anyways,
white man,
white Jewish man. He's early 50s.
Okay.
So born like 71, 72.
Where you from? Like you from LA?
I'm from LA and
he moved to the Bay.
Yeah.
How like? Wait, what's your dad? What was your dad when he was?
My dad from New York. Anyway, wait. Can I get into this thing though?
I want to know. I just want to know your level of not expertise, but just like knowledge of like Jewish people. Because growing up in the Bay, I did not know like Jewish people for real.
I didn't know. I mean, like I'm not Jewish.
Yeah. But, okay. I don't know if your dad was Jewish. Okay.
No. So like
I had no like. I didn't know like Jews was like around for real until I moved to New York. And I was like, oh shit, they're like, this is like for real. This isn't just like a character on a show or a movie.
Well, I knew about Jews through my mom because my mom was very curious about Jewish culture.
Okay.
So like that's how like
got you. Okay.
And then I obviously ended up dating some Jewish girls and and then like just comedy and knowing people. So yeah. So that's how I know shit about Jewish culture.
Okay.
But anyways, Michael Rubin, Jewish dude. So there's this video with him, and by the way, like, how do you feel when you see like, I don't know if you see it, but like when like a Robert Kraft or a Michael Rubin, and like obviously they'd hang out with a Jay-Z because Jay-Z's like been an executive in the last decade more than he's been an artist. But like when you see them hanging out with like a Meek Mill or like a Lil Baby, are you kind of like, because it looks a little weird to me. Cause you know why it looks weird to me? It's not like white people and black people together, rich black and white people, but it's like, I have this thing. It's like, in what reality would you ever hang out with this nigga or a nigga? Period.
You're rich.
Yeah, I get like they're rich.
Yeah, money transcends all race.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. I don't know. There's just something about it where I'm like, I don't know. I would just want to hang out with other rich niggas.
You said you would?
Yeah.
Other rich niggas?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's like I don't feel.
I'm a broke nigga saying it.
I don't feel any way about it. I kind of understand like. That's actually like a really good question if you kind of unpack the optics of it and like what is the nature of the dialogue? What are they talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't fucking enjoy his music. You don't listen to his music. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but there's also a mutual respect of just like, oh, I understand like your rise to stardom and I understand your rise to stardom. Like, and we're both here.
I can get that. I can get like, how do we wind up?
But I think it's surface. I don't think it's like anything like real or deep. I think it's just optics. I think it's just for the fans. I don't think it's like a real thing.
That's why I don't like. That's why I don't like it.
But it's also not for you.
It's not for me.
It's for the fans.
I'm not that type of guy.
It's for the fans.
Yeah, and I'm not.
How like when did you realize that most like as an artist,
yeah,
like and as a thinker, like that most shit isn't for you? Like isn't that crazy? Just like this, none of this shit is for you, bro. Like yeah, of course you don't enjoy it. It's not for you.
You know when I kind of realized that when people said Breaking Bad was like better than Sopranos and The Wire.
That's valid. I don't fuck with Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I love The Wire. I love The Sopranos.
I didn't fuck with The Wire either. But Sopranos I fucked with. I love Sopranos.
I love HBO programming. Period.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love The Last of Us.
1,000%.
And I love all that shit. And yeah, when people like break, I'm like, nigga got cancer and he killing Mexicans. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Like some bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so anyways, there's this video where he's got him and Meek Mill like place a bet and a game of tennis, and obviously they're rich. It makes no sense for them to bet anything. So then they bet somebody has to do bunny hops. Michael Rubin loaded this video, Meek Mill doing bunny hops. He's like, yeah, motherfucker, take that. Do your bunny hops. 1, 2. And then Meek Mill's fucking doing bunny hops. And obviously the optics is like black street rapper. It was kind of like a face for prison reform and stuff. And he's like bunny hopping for this white dude. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, Michael Rubin does The Breakfast Club. And it's on some Larry David shit where he's like, look, here's the thing. It was Meek's idea to bet the bunny hops. He's like, this is something we did in jail in Philly. And, and then it's like, okay. Like, he's talking himself out of it. Then later in the interview, he's doing like that kind of Gary V millionaire talk. I want to see everybody win. I want to see win. I want to see you guys do good. You guys do good. Yeah. And all that like support, motivational bullshit. Then he says, if it's one thing I don't like about black culture, it's like I see them hold each other back. And then obviously there's like the obvious warranted backlash that comes with that.
Mike Rubin said black culture is holding each other back.
He said the one thing I don't like about black culture is I see them holding each other back.
Okay.
And then there was obviously backlash for that statement.
Yeah. How did you feel about it?
I felt...
Oh, wait. 2 questions.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the statement, and how did you feel about the authenticity or truth of that? If true, or if not.
I think like there's like these basic nigga takes where it's like that, or like Tyrese on Club Shay Shay being like, oh, Mexicans and Jews and all the time, all these people are more structured than black people. It's like my problem with that is we never have the conversation about how we got to this point.
Okay.
That's one.
Mm-hmm.
We never have a conversation about a solution about how to get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 3 is it's just like, dude, other races be holding each other and doing all that shit too.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody be doing the same shit. We just have a different association with like being here, and yeah. I wasn't surprised he said that. I was just like, but then it's also that's what I don't like about a Michael Rubin hanging out with like a Meek Mill or like.
You don't want him to have that level of comfort.
Yeah, it's like you're not getting a proper scope of black people
to speak on black culture.
Yeah. Because you're getting it from fucking Meek. It's like, and I don't think Meek is like, if that's the only lens through black culture.
Honestly, I'm okay with both. I'm okay with the statement, just because I'm okay with the dialogue.
Okay.
I'm okay with opening a dialogue and having a conversation. I'm okay with allowing white people to be wrong about something, to allow the opportunity to educate in order to evolve and push forward. I'm okay with that 100%. So if not for the statement, we wouldn't be having the conversation. I think we have to allow white people to say wrong shit in order to
I agree with that.
Correct it and then teach and educate. I think the culture I think we are holding each other back. I think we're so traumatized by past events that
That's true. You never gave me the Comedy Magic Club Booker info.
Did you ever ask for it?
Just trying to make a joke.
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
This is still a comedy pod. You know what I'm realizing? I kind of came with the wrong approach for this pod with you, and this isn't on you. This is on me. I came with like the wrong approach because I was thinking like, all right, we gonna insert this, and this is gonna be a clip, and then this gonna be a clip, and it's like this isn't that type of pod.
I don't think in clips.
You don't.
Yeah, that's which is why I had a hard time answering your question for
hot takes.
Yeah, for the hot takes. I was like, I don't know.
You got nothing?
Not really. I mean, we would have to be having a conversation because I do say like wild shit just in the space of like thought, just to cater to the idea of thinking, contrarian or devil's advocate or otherwise, just like to expand like on something, like trying to like get out of the idea of just like, Michael Rubin shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? Like, just to like, okay.
Oh, you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna like insert a joke, and I was gonna be like, Kyrie Irving should be able to say, like, I was like looking for a moment. Yeah. I'm not like a viral moment, but I'm just like, this is still a comedy podcast, but it's not really like. I think we just should have talked about bitches.
I mean, I enjoy allow it to exist as it does, like or fucking. But
that's me being a Virgo only child. I'm like, I need to control the situation. Like that's
no, man. Just allow it to happen. Allow it to happen. I mean, I feel like if anybody who's watched to this point are sort of invested in the characters, invested in the story, and now we can go wherever the fuck we want to go. That's the goal.
Okay, so all right. Here's
you get clips out of real moments.
You do. All right, so here's like how.
But what's the truth? I want to know the truth though. Or do we hold each other back?
Oh,
what's the truth behind that? Should he have said it? I'm fine with him saying it. I like the conversation of it. I like the racial element of having that dialogue. I like the opportunity to educate, but then also like the conversation of, are we holding each other back?
I was just wanting to get off my Kyrie Irving joke.
Can you? You're not gonna do that with me, nigga.
I know. I didn't realize I got it fucked up. I got James Moore tomorrow. I should have used that shit on him.
Like, oh shit.
One of the real boys.
Because I'm looking for answers too, bro. I'm trying to find the truth too. I'm trying to find a solution as well. What is the fucking solution? I think I was thinking in terms of I'll try to fucking condense it, but like,
Yeah.
what do black people want? What do we want? And
Black people-
equality is a feeling. That's not a truth. Because if it were a truth, then we have to go to the numbers and the analytics.
I really just don't think it's enough.
So what the fuck do we want?
I really just don't think it's enough black people in this country for us to ever feel like.
So you want more niggas?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're gonna backpedal on your previous statement. You said you wanted less white people. You actually want more niggas. Same white people, more niggas.
Well, no, because that wouldn't work because it's already too many white people already outnumber us significantly. So it's like we need to stop the white.
Okay,
we need
first and foremost.
Yeah. Because we gonna fuck, but it's like we gotta
But I mean, dude, can I tell you something, bro? Something like it'd be like I'd be so outside of the hood in sort of that dialogue. But, you know, my family's hood. My family's pretty hood. They're not necessarily hood as they are like a product of that environment. So a lot of their situations are that of that environment. So case in point, my nephew just had another kid, had a newborn.
How old is he?
My nephew?
Yeah.
He's probably like 27, 28.
Okay.
So he just had another kid. And my mom sends me a photo of the kid, you know, newborn, whatever, like cute kid, really cute. You know, black kids, they be cute when they come out. My only issue with that was that my mom didn't realize that she sent me a photo of the kid of the newborn, and the mom her nipple was like slightly in the photo as well, and she had one of those
National Geographics?
Not National Geographic, but she had one of those those areolas that like kind of like airbrush on the outside. Like it's like a fade out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not just like hard circle. It's like circle and then just like airbrush.
My body count allows for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, Ma, you sent me. But anywho, so she subsequently sent me like 2 photos of 2 of his older children from a previous relationship, who he questions if whether or not he's like the real father, whether or not he's the father. So my mom sends me this. She's like, and he said you know, whatever, such and such aren't his or whatever. So I'm like, well, am I now a geneticist? You want me to fucking like look at these photos and compare and come to a conclusion that, oh no, they look like him. Yeah, like dog, like we're still doing this. We're still doing this. And now I'm like, Ma, this is fucking sickening. Like those fucking poor children. You know what I mean? Like, and she's trying to get like, I was like, I'm not having this conversation. It's fucking so sad. DNA. Yeah, like I'm like so sad for these kids that gotta like deal with like this goofy, silly ass fucking shit because motherfuckers don't know. Anywho, all right. So yeah, but like, are we holding each other back? I don't know. And what do we want? You know?
I mean, like it's easy to say. Like I think like.
But I'm gonna show you the photos. Like, do they look like him? No, like for. I still gotta send. I haven't responded yet. I gotta get my input. Like, yeah, they look like him, but you know, he kind of got a big nose. His nose don't look like him. What are we talking about?
Not really. I don't think because I'm like, what niggas holding me back in my life? Nobody.
Okay.
Like,
who's holding me back?
I don't think anybody's holding me back.
I'll tell you the truth, bro. Like, you know,
I think the infrastructure of racism holds me back, and that's the institution nothing to do with black people.
I mean, it has something to do with exclusion.
Yeah, but I'm saying the shit that's holding me back is like white people and the others. And when I say others, you know who I'm talking about.
Who you talking about? Thems and theys?
Well, yeah, them too. Okay. But some other ethnic groups.
You know what's fucked up, bro? What? I was thinking. I went to some screenings this past weekend of a lot of short films from the Broad Humor Festival.
Okay.
Which was dope. It was hella fun. Some really great stories being told by women. But it's crazy that like anytime there's like a.
Did they finish them?
Huh?
The stories? Did they finish them? I'm kidding. That was just a little misogynist joke. You said great stories, and I said, did they finish them?
Oh, yeah.
Those are
yeah,
women
yeah,
can't
yeah.
tell good stories.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. No, they're short films.
Okay,
like
yeah.
no, they didn't give them features, nigga.
No,
Like
I know.
fucking like
I just wanted to have a little misogynist fun.
Schindler's List length features, fucking Titanic length features. Like no, there was short films, so there was a standard. they had a cutoff point, 10 minutes. But no, it's always funny that like. It could have just been like a women's festival, but anytime like a marginalized group has any sort, they always like it. Women and queer, non-binary representing, like you know what I mean. Like
they always gotta sneak it in.
Dog, it's always right there. Even on the blacks, and even on the
black trans lives matter.
It's like it's interesting that
they can't just be black niggas.
That any marginalized community has to like. And be inclusive to that degree.
That's white woman agenda shit.
You think so?
Yes. And I'm fucking tired of it.
It's interesting. Are you tired of it?
I am.
I just think it's interesting. I
lived in Oakland way too long. I'm tired of it.
I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
That like that it's up to us. It's up to marginalized communities to like be inclusive to that degree to where like, oh no, it's black, but it's also everyone else.
That's why I like Dr. Umar. Like I don't agree with everything he says, obviously.
I love his takes. I think it's so funny. I think it's entertaining. It's entertaining.
You know, he does the Chris Rock shit. He repeats himself. Like he's funny, but like no, and he's aware he's an entertainer also. But I agree with him. Like, why we always got to make room for everybody? Like, because black people are the only people that are like, oh, I like all types of women.
Yeah.
Latina, Cambodian, don't matter. I ain't never heard no, like, Mexican or white boy or Asian. Like, they will be in all different types of women, but they don't feel the need to fucking announce it the same kind of way.
Right.
Even when I see, like, niggas approach, like, and these are basic.
So are you saying at the Mexican Film Festival, you'll never see, like, a black film?
Fuck no! Mexicans don't care how niggas feel. Like Mexicans are like damn near the white people of Latinos, anyways. Like you know, like well, I mean, really Spaniards.
No,
are,
Spaniards,
Spaniards. But like I'm gonna say on this side, because you know they be cowboys and shit, and they like they got. Well,
maybe they were originally cowboys. Maybe the whites stole it from them.
Maybe, but I mean, I'm saying
whites be stealing, bro.
They do. They
be appropriating like a motherfucker.
Yeah. No, but back to all that other shit. Shout out to Mexicans, you know. But like
as a whole, as a group.
Shout out to Mexicans.
As a community.
Shout out to Mexicans. No, but like
Norteños, all the shit, bro. Yeah, we fuck with you.
No, but it's like, no, it's white woman shit though, because it's like because to me, white woman shit is just another version of white man shit where it's like I just want to be able to do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Okay.
Like white women deny the fact that they're just like their fucking fathers.
Right. So I think with that, in order to increase the victimhood and the struggle, they have to latch on to something else as well.
Yeah, that's why they'd be like, oh, it's about the gay shit, or it's about it's about the Palestinians, it's about the black lives. Oh shit, black trans, even better.
But I also have a sort of like soft spot like in my heart for just like women in general, because they're just better than us. They're just better than men. Their agenda is different than men. Okay. They're just better people.
All right, that's a hot take.
As a whole, they're more... That's not a hot take.
I know, I'm fucking with you.
That's not a hot take. Is it a hot take?
No, it's not.
It could be.
It's not.
They're better. Their hearts are they have greater hope for humanity.
They do.
And it is up to them. Like, we need them to be that, you know? So... But yeah, I just thought it was interesting that like, we have to make room for everyone. For any, it's a broad humor festival, but also non-binary and also like this and that.
Not everything's a safe space. That's the thing. Not everything's a safe space. There can be certain spaces that are just not for you, and I think that's perfectly fucking fine.
But is that inherently offensive? Is that inherently discriminatory? Is that, you know what I mean?
Offensive is like in the hands of the offended.
Oh shit! Okay.
I think now if you say, is it disrespectful? No.
Yeah.
Is it offensive? That's up to you. Now I think like certain public spaces should fucking be for everybody, but then there's certain spaces like this ain't your time right now. It's like when Kendrick did the pop out show. There was like a Mexican DJ that was like he didn't have like enough Mexican artists up there. It's like it's Juneteenth, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Like there's certain times like shut the fuck up. This ain't your, like obviously Latinos and hip hop, Mexican culture in Southern California is something that should be acknowledged. You see the influence through like lowriders and the way we eat and so on and so forth. But that ain't the time, nigga. Like this is his shit, and
it's, you know, there's something to like forced diversity.
And only niggas are like expected to fucking.
No, white people.
But I know, but come on, just ride with me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But just like, I mean,
come on.
We're not gonna be able.
Get out the car.
No, I get it. I'll stay in the car. I'll kill them niggas with you, bro.
Yeah,
it's all good. The nigga with the Jerry Curl and the beanie.
Yeah. Just ride with me.
Yeah,
just ride with me.
Crazy to learn that like some of them niggas actually died in real life.
Yeah.
That makes that.
Singleton was casting some thugs.
How much better does that make the movie?
A lot. But that's also why I like The Wire, because it's like they also had people who was like really in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I couldn't fuck with The Wire. It just hit too close to home for me.
That's what I hear from people that can't fuck with The
boring.
Wire.
It was like boring, almost like
It just feels like watching real life.
Yeah, just watching a day unfold. Just watching a day in the projects.
But see, that's like an entertainment thing. But that's to me also like a testament to like how good it is. The fact that it really does just fucking take you there.
Yeah.
But then I've heard people that grew up on the East Coast, they're like, I can't watch The Sopranos. It's too fucking close to home. That man, what's too close?
But The Sopranos was interesting because they had the twist of him going to therapy. That was like the angle.
I'm trying to think what's too close to home for me. That's kind of hard to watch. Honestly, I would say Creed. Not Creed. Fucking Fruitvale Station is
okay.
Rough.
I like Fruitvale Station. I like because it's so hard to capture. It's so hard to capture sort of the character of like a Bay Cat. Like everywhere I go, and I think I'm like I always think I'm just like I'm fairly normal, like whatever. But
it's like you a Bay nigga.
They're always like it's a little different.
Yeah.
It's anywhere you go, it's like Bay niggas are just a little different. And so seeing that on screen, I was like, oh yeah, they're like that's an accurate depiction.
What do I feel like more like you, a Bay nigga or LA nigga?
You don't feel like either to me.
Okay.
You feel like you feel completely like in your own. I'm
regionless.
Yeah, I wouldn't attach you to like either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're your own, special medicated, project
medicated
being, you know what I mean? You're not prescribed though. You said you weren't prescribed.
No.
Yeah. No. That's interesting. I thought you were prescribed for a minute.
No, why?
Because you can be erratic.
That's my personality.
Maybe you need a prescription to curb it. I respect it then. Yeah. I respect that. That's all natural then.
Nah, yeah. I'm not. I'm just whining edibles, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And only outside of us recording, I only do that shit after like 6 p.m.
What? Wine and edibles?
Yeah. Why? I don't like doing anything during the day.
Okay. Well, why? Because you sleep? What do you do?
Yeah, it's just I like structure not associated with relaxing and calming down. I don't like it to be. Okay. I don't want it to be part of my.
Do you feel like you're normally high strung?
Can be.
Okay. Well, what are the triggers for that?
For being high strung?
Yeah.
Something looming.
Okay.
Just something unresolved. Having the excess of energy and not having a place to release it. A bitch to fuck. Okay. Yeah.
Thick, preferably. Preferably.
I need cushion.
Okay. I
need cushion for the pushing.
Okay. I'm more of a pool guy.
What that mean?
You'll learn. I can't disclose not on air, not on a.
It's the point of a podcast. Yeah. It's like we talk. You explain.
I know, but there's certain things.
I can't say that.
There's certain things you got to be. You got to leave to the imagination and due diligence and research. I'm a pool guy, bro. I'm just gonna stand on that. I'm fucking with you.
I know you just made that shit. I know you don't pull out. You got like 8 kids.
I got 2 kids.
All right. Feel like.
How many you got any abortions? You got no abortions?
1.
Okay. I got 2 kids, 2 abortions. So, shout out, rest in peace.
I know I had some Plan B on my day.
Yes, my Plan B numbers is crazy. My Plan B numbers is out of this world. Which my plan? Oh yeah, I can't even get into my Plan B numbers.
I don't even know mine. Sometimes I don't even. I always offer to Venmo them for the Plan B, and then like that'd be great. I never do.
This is current. Yeah, I'm speaking on the past.
I know you are. I know you are.
This is before Venmo.
No, you're good, man. You don't be doing nothing.
Yeah, shout out to my fiance. I love you so much. Plan B right now, that would be crazy.
Oh man, this was
cool. Was it all right?
This is cool. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah. Right. This is gonna be like a really different pod. This is more a conversation.
Yeah.
Pod
rather than like the structure that you go for.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, you might get nothing, you might get something.
Yeah. My man.
Right, that's why we're here.
Thank you for coming on, sir.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, man. Fun times.
Yeah.